another eerie story. And don't forget to follow and like so I can get you more stories over history, mystery, conspiracy, and everything in between. I grew up in North Virginia, and we had plenty of battlefields and such to visit for school field trips. In 5th grade, my class went to Belle Grove Plantation, which was a Cedar Creek battlefield. Cool house still has damage to the columns from gunfire from the battle. Anyways, my class and I were in the kitchen of the plantation, listening to the tour lady talk about whatever it is you tell a bunch of 10-year-olds at a plantation house. There were big double doors on each side of the room, and they were open. And then we could hear humming coming from outside. The teacher's aide looked at us and told us whoever was humming to knock it off. But that's the thing, it wasn't any of us. And then it was coming from the outside. So the teacher goes outside of the kitchen, comes back in, and goes outside of the leads to the garden. She comes back in, says that the tour lady, no one was out there at all, but she could hear that the humming was right out inside the garden. Doesn't sound like much, right? Well, fast forward a few years later, and I'm reading a Ghost of Virginia book. There's a story of the Belle Grove in it. Apparently, the lady of the house was found in the smokehouse one day, badly beaten, half in the embers, with clear fist imprints in her face. She dies just a few days later. A slave girl has been accused of the beating and murdered and was hanged for it. And the lady of the house liked to walk in the garden and was always humming. And various people over the years were witnesses. I guess you could say we know who was humming and what took place in that garden. I have personally been to haunted plantations, and there's so much history and so much amazing history, paranormal, all the above. If you ever get a chance to go to an old plantation, do it. It's incredible. Just the history alone that you learn is awesome. And then, of course, you throw paranormal in it. It's a win-win.